everyone, it's Bob McCranie with This Month in Realty, and we're happy to have back Andrew Hersey. Now, Andrew is with Star One Realtors. You'll remember it's Cincinnati, Ohio. Andrew, tell us about the market in Cincinnati.
So we actually are pretty steady statistically based off of numbers. I mean, but if you look at the market as a whole, it feels like it's a little slower, and we'll go over that in with a little detail. Just the numbers based off of July of 2021, we had 2,286 sales in our 4 core counties. In July of 22, we had 1,976. So that's down 12, almost 13% from last year and solds. We also noted 500 less pending this July versus this June. So that's a bit of a slowdown as well. Inventory is still right about the same. Our 4 core counties, we have about 1,000. We're at 985 as of August 1st, and as of July 1st, we're at 965. So we've got 20 more listings than we did last month, which isn't going to do anything. Another thing that I noticed just over the last couple of months is the days on market has gone up, not significantly, but enough that I've noticed. So if we look at the all residential, no new construction, it was 25 as of July 1st, and it's 27.3 days on market as of August 1st. So not a whole lot, but 2.5 extra days when you're looking at the whole market is a bit of a change.
Okay. So do you think the Cincinnati market, given the job numbers that came out today, given all the economic news that we're getting in and out, do you think the market is cooling or heating up in the next 6 months?
So I think the peak happened, I think, already. I think we've hit the peak. We've got a couple things going on with interest rates, but they're back down. I've seen them in the 4s. So interest rates are back down. They've been historically low. We haven't gone into a point where they've made any experts worried. But they're down in the 4s. A lot of people are freaking out a little bit because the feds keep raising the rates, but that doesn't affect the mortgage side of things. And what does is already built in. Mortgages run off of the bond market, and so that, I think, the bonds are down, so the interest rates are following. I think we're actually cooling a little bit, and I think part of that is sellers have, I don't want to say gotten greedy, but have expectations way up here in a market when we need to be down here. And an example of that, in the last 5 days in our entire MLS, there have been 317 price reductions. Normally in a 5-day period, we've been seeing 50 to maybe 150 in this market that we're in right now. So doubling that is a big deal. I think we're getting to the point where we as agents have to be the professional that goes in and says, hey, this is what's happening, and set the expectation for our sellers, because right now we're so used to going in and saying, oh yeah, what do you want to list it for? And yeah, we can sell it for that or maybe more. And I think that's gone. I think we're going to have to get back to our marketing strategies. And this is where it really pays to have a professional on your side that has been in a market that isn't, hey, we're going to list it and sell it right away. I started in a market that was still considered kind of crazy in 2015, but 30 days on market for a listing was a good time. If you got it sold in 30 days, we were super excited. That's been gone changed the last couple of years. That's been long gone. So sellers need to kind of adjust and understand that 7 to 14 days to maybe 21 days on the market is going to be standard, because that's what it used to be, and we're kind of shifting back to that.
And I would urge you not to get rid of you stepped away from the word greed. I think a lot of the sellers still think it's January through March of this year, and that they can just throw a number up there and people will jump higher than the number. And that's just not happening across the US right now. So what adjustments do sellers need to make to sell their house right now for the best, top dollar? What would be the adjustments you would make to what advice would you give sellers to sell at the highest right now?
The first thing that I would say is let's not get greedy. The market is shifting, and no matter how you look at it, you are still going to get top dollar for your house if you price it correctly. Um, we saw just unprecedented appreciation over the last 2 years, 2.5 years. So getting them to understand that, hey, 2.5 years ago, here's what your house was worth. And right now, even if we listed at 450, that's $200,000 more than it was 2.5 years ago. You're still getting top dollar for your house. We may not get 25 offers. We may only get one or two, and that's perfectly fine. That's all we need. All you need is one offer, one good offer. So getting them to understand that, and I think it goes back to educating them and getting them to understand the market. And a lot of that comes with showing them numbers. Hey, do you want to be one of these 317, or do you want to be one of the 300 that went pending in the last 5 days? Which one do you want to be? So it's those tough conversations that you just have to have that they're not fun. I don't like going in and saying, hey, no, that's not going to work. But that's what we kind of need to start getting back to is taking control of the transaction and educating so that our sellers are satisfied with the sale of their house in a quick amount of time, as opposed to sitting and having a conversation in 21 days about, hey, we need to now look at a price improvement because we've had 4 showings over the last 3 weeks.
Yeah. Okay, so Andrew, how would somebody reach you?
Easiest way is call me or text me. My cell phone number is 513-835-5506.
Okay, and I'll put all your digits below. Come back next month.
I'll be here.
Okay, tune in next month to hear more from Andrew and other real estate experts around the United States and Canada. Take care.